Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another beer review. Now, in this beer review, I have got a beer kindly sent to me from Mr. David Dowling at the Urban Viking Ale Review. Check his channel out. Thank you, kind sir, for sending me this. I'll put his channel in the description of this video. And this is the second beer I'm reviewing from what he sent me. He sent me a load of beers from Powderkeg, which is I think a relatively new brewery to him down in Devon way, and this one is more or less an alcohol-free one. Now I know that David's has been reviewing some alcohol-free beers. For me, I've always seen alcohol-free beers as interesting because there'll always be a market for them, and really to try and produce a beer with hops in hardly any alcohol and still have taste, then you're more or less a bloody genius in a way. So we're gonna have a look at this one. We've got a can of a quarter IPA. So theory then, they say if it's a quarter IPA, this should really be a 4% jobby. And we're off to Powderkeg, and we've got a can of their Green Light. There you go. 1% ABV. Well, beer awards and all that spiel. It says glasses. It says exceptional low alcohol IPA bursting with a tropical double dry hop. Hopped with Cascade, Amarillo and Azacca. So great lineup of hops. They're based at Woodbury Salterton, which sounds very middle class. Maybe upper class. Maybe upper class, but Woodbury Salterton, it sounds like a place where people have got double-barreled names. Every time I've seen someone, with double-barreled name, it's kind of like, it's posh, isn't it, really? People with double-barreled names. I was like watching University Challenge, and I remember seeing all the contestants with their double-barreled names, Williamson Chester. You know what I mean? No, I'm just gonna, I'll just crack it open. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, when Bambi used to ask a question, it's kind of like, who was the first, who was the first admiral of the fleet of the Spanish Armada? Cambridge William Chester. Used to. No. No. Oh God, I'm not going to start this again. That smells subtle. See, with low alcohol beers, you don't really get the full on hoppiness, obviously, because it's been diluted in a way. It's kind of like, yeah, there's an inclination of tropical and citra. You can pick that up. For me, I've always seen Amarillo as like a floral hop for me. There is an inkling of floralness to it, so let's pour it out like you do. And I'll stop talking absolute bollocks. David, if you're watching this, I've rinsed my glass out. But apologies for talking absolute bollocks. Well, to all of you, really, talking bollocks. So that's what I'm renowned for, talking absolute crap, I was told once there's more shit that comes out of my mouth than comes out of my arsehole. So, there we go. I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer. I haven't touched a drop of alcohol yet, but I'm acting like a twat in this one, so I do apologise. I do apologise to you. It's a beer in a glass. Well, actually, very clear, very golden, and a dissipating head, a little bit of carbonation. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, lemon, slight hint of floral, and a slight hint of tropicalness. It actually does smell nice. It does, but it's not full on. So I'm going to go in. Cheers, David, mate. Sorry about the spiel in this one. And cheers to everybody else. as a first beer, first impressions, it's not bad. Going again. Let's see if we can get the thinness of it. Well, I have to say that is really that's for a low alcohol. I like that. Right, let's get to the taste notes. I like that. Let's go again. As you go in, you're getting lovely, nice, clean lemon. A slight in a tropical and a slight in a floral. Subtleness, okay, is the key. For me, how do you make a non-alcoholic beer work? You got to pack out the body of the beer to make it work for me. You know, look, too many non-alcoholic beers are thin and watery. Pack out the body. How do you pack out the body? Bitterness. If you can get the bitterness right in a non-alcoholic beer, I've always said you're a winner. And I tell you what, that's exactly what this lot have done. You go in, clean mouthfeel, and it at the beginning it tastes like a pale ale, like from a traditional brewery, okay, like a garden beer. You know, it's one of these summery notes, you know. But then you pick up the bitterness. Now the bitterness carries the beer along for me. That bitterness disguises the thinness. Okay, the mouthfeel, you do pick up the thinness. It's got a nice clean thinness to it. And to be honest with you, you know, the more you drink, say if you drunk about 4 pints of this, you will be, I'll be honest, you'd be a bit fed up with it. I would say you would be. But for two pints, you know, if you're driving or whatever, that, I'll tell you what, they've done a good job there. I think they've done a good job. Definitely. I was really impressed with that. You know, for me, the best non-alcoholic beer will be the Guinness. They've done it so well. Samuel Smith's did a really good non-alcoholic beer. And sometimes with non-alcoholic beers, they too tend to be a little bit sweet. The Leffe one was a little bit sweet. And I suppose they use sweetness to disguise thinness. But for me, if you get the bitterness right, it does it for me. That, for me, is a bloody good effort, I'll tell you. I'm going one more for the road. I'm still not fed up with it. You know, your palate's accustomed to the flavours. You're still getting the bitterness. You're still getting nice hint of tropicalness and lemon in that as well. Very clean mouthfeel. And they've done it. So, Powderkeg, green light, quarter IPA. I have to give that a thumbs up. They've done a good job on that. You know, it's all about getting that taste and not you know, making people fed up, not make people think that they actually are drinking a really bad non-alcoholic beer, and they've done it. Highly recommend that. Highly recommend David Dowling and his fabulous channel. Check him out. It'll be in the description below. And thank you for watching the beer review. And I'll see you all on another one. Take care, everyone. Bib bib.